everyone. I'm Shruti from Top Rankers Supergrads CAT. Today, I'm here to discuss with you the most frequently asked or the most troublesome question of the CAT aspirants. They have been asking this question almost after every mock, and obviously on the Telegram channel, on YouTube, everywhere this question abounds: how to balance speed versus accuracy in the mock, or how to increase attempts while maintaining accuracy while taking mocks. Let's have a discussion on this particular question in detail. Uh, and I'll be obviously focusing on the VRC section because students have been asking me for VRC. And obviously, this concept applies to each and every section, but obviously, there are differences in the approach of different sections. Today, I'll be talking about the VRC section. The first thing is that you've got this concept of speed versus accuracy or attempts versus accuracy all wrong. Now, why am I saying this? The simple reason is that if you focus on increasing your number of attempts without actually having accuracy or without actually focusing on accuracy, what you end up doing is that without even learning how to drive properly, you have started speeding up your car. What would be the end result? You will lose control and bash. And the same bumpy ride you are experiencing while you're taking mocks. Without developing the correct approach of solving the questions, without developing good skills which are required to solve RCs and VA questions, you are just reading fast. You are just trying to move fast and increase your number of attempts. Obviously, you are only ending up getting more fluctuations in your mocks. Okay, so this is something which you need to avoid. Don't speed up VRC attempts. It is equivalent to rash driving, and obviously, you will lose control. What to do then? What I recommend is focus on developing your skills for solving RCs first. You should focus on solving your RCs. Make sure that you attempt more number of RC questions with a the simple reason why I'm asking you to do that is obviously out of 24 questions of VARC, you have 16 RC questions and 8 VA questions. So there is no reason why you should not focus on RCs. While taking mocks, obviously your focus should be more on attempts of RCs, but even when you are analyzing your mocks, you're taking your sectionals, you are practicing, focus more on solving more reading comprehension questions. Why I'm so confident about it? Because reading skills, getting that correct decision making, developing that interpretational skill will obviously add value to your developing of accuracy in VA questions as well. Because what are VA questions after all? They are para summary, para completion, para jumble. So ultimately, the entire VRC section is all about reading and correct interpretation. So if you focus more on your interpretation skills, you will develop accuracy. And obviously, once you have good control, good confidence in solving those questions, your number of attempts will automatically improve. It will not have that drastic change overnight, or it will not improve, within a week. But obviously, slowly and steadily, if you practice, it will show a lot of improvement. Initially, obviously, there will be improvement in 1 or 2 questions, but over the period of 1 month or maybe more than that, 40, 50 days, you will see that your number of attempts has already increased and your accuracy will become more or less steady. Okay. Now, the trouble with RCs is that most of us struggle in solving RCs because of obviously various reasons. The most common reason are the context of the RC is unknown. You may get an RC from return of wolves in French region to current economies of North and South Korea to concepts of philosophy like Stoicism, Epicureanism, nihilism, to the concepts of psychology, mental fatigue, work stress, whatever. All right. You may have RCs from conspicuous consumptions of the West to maybe environment, global warming, and extinct species, one of which could be octopus. So in cat RCs, you may expect an RC from anywhere. All right, that makes it a little challenging because we are not comfortable reading all the genre. We have our own, pet peeves which we really want to avoid, and then we have some of our favorites which we really want to jump on. But that results in fluctuations in your score. Because if you have aversion towards philosophy, you have made up your mind that whatever it may be, I'll not touch a passage of philosophy or psychology. Or if there is a passage on environment, if there is a passage on literature, if there is a passage on science, I'm definitely going to do it. Now, this kind of decision making ends up in making you, go haywire while you're taking a mock because you have already made up your mind. You have not taken that decision on spot. You have made up दैट फिलोसफी का पैसेज मुझसे नहीं बनेगा. हो सकता है मॉक में फिलोसफी का पैसेज बहुत इजी हो, या हो सकता है आउट ऑफ 4 you may have 2 questions which are easy in philosophy, and it may happen on the contrary that an environment ka passage is giving you real tough time solving the questions. Out of 4, 3 questions are inferential and you're not even getting the clue of it. One of the questions is about paradox and you're not getting a clue of it. It may happen that you are very confident that science का कोई भी passage I'll be able to solve, but then science का passage पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ रहा क्या है. So that's the first problem that you have, and you have to deal with this problem. Do not make up your mind. Always take mocks, always take sectionals with that broad-minded approach. You may have toughest of the questions in the easiest of the genres. Okay? Then main idea versus supporting idea or supporting detail. Now, what happens is when you are discussing RCs with faculty members in your classroom, obviously it is easier for you to understand the main idea because there is a discussion going on in the classroom. You are getting onto the main idea and hence solving the questions becomes easier. But when you're taking a mock, you are in a haste. You're reading very, very fast. You're not able to understand clearly what you're reading. How will you identify the main idea or the main argument of the passage? And how will you differentiate that, okay, these are supporting details to add value to the main idea, but what is the purpose of the author? What is the main point he wants to assert that you're not able to make out? And that results in marking the questions wrong. Okay. Third is context of the questions. Questions could be of varying level of difficulty, varying patterns. They could have paradox in it. They could have resolved the paradox. Questions could be from critical reasoning, like weakening the argument, strengthening the argument, the confusion which you're struggling with. If you focus on that, you will obviously understand how to deal with it. Then is the difference between options, and here are the trap options. What are traps? You will be obviously able to eliminate the obviously wrong answers. You will be able to eliminate the obviously false interpretations. All right. But then most of the times you're confused between two. You find them very close and you're not able to take the decision. Now, it's not that they are close options. It's only that your understanding of the question is going wrong, or your understanding of the options is going wrong. So what to do then? What is expected? How to practice? You are struggling with RCs, you are struggling with VA questions. How to come out of it? The first thing I would suggest is you should solve CAT PYQ questions. I would suggest focus on these past 5 years because you'll have good number of RCs to solve. 4 RCs per slot you have, and every every year you have 12 RCs, obviously you'll have 60 RCs in hand, which are the actual cat RCs. If you don't have access to these RCs, you can come and visit our website of Top Rankers Supergrads Cat. We'll provide you all the CAT RCs in the exact format. You can take it in the test format. Join our test series, and you'll get ample number of similar replications of CAT RCs, and you can practice very, very comfortably with them. Okay. Let the question variety become very familiar. All right. So while you're taking these PYQs or mocks, please focus on the question variety. All right. Let that question variety pass through your eyes. Read with patience and interpret the author's argument. So whenever you are practicing, you should slow down. You should understand what the author is saying, understand what the interpretation of these sentences, and understand why this particular example has been given. What does the author want to state with this example? And then apply the same learning in your mocks. But you will be able to apply that same learning in mocks only when you are not speeding up. So I am saying that again and again in all my videos that skimming and scanning or speeding up while reading in VRC section is detrimental. It is only going to add to your negative marks. तुम टाइम भी ज्यादा देने लग जाओगे और किसके लिए टाइम दोगे या तो जीरो मार्क्स लेने के लिए या नेगेटिव मार्क्स लेने के लिए and that would end up ruining your mock scores. So it's better that you slow down, you have patience, and you focus on correct interpretation of the passage. Try and practice more questions which are pertaining to cat and understand what the question is asking you to do. You have to analyze the options in detail. Try and read the options parallelly when you are confused. Obviously, you should focus on elimination. Because of this simple reason that if I talk about two options, say 1 and 4, 2 and 3, you have already cancelled out. You are confused between 1 and 4. Okay. Now you will see that when you analyze these options, you will find that most of the keywords, all right, are similar. It is only that one of the facts is wrong. So to identify this wrong one is what is called, you eliminate the option which has wrong interpretation or wrong example or wrong facts. You are able to eliminate these options very quickly because you find that there are 2 or 3 wrong interpretations here. You're confused between two, one is absolutely right and one has all the correct interpretation, only one is wrong. So this is easier, all right? Hence, you should focus on elimination. Attempts will increase by working on accuracy because accuracy will lead to confidence. RCs should be your focus point because when you focus on developing confidence and you have the correct interpretation of RCs, obviously it is going to show in VA questions as well. Okay. And you should take decisions on spot. You should not have preconceived notions that I'm not going to attempt para jumbles or I'm not going to focus on para summary questions or para jumble questions or whatever. Para jumbles obviously are theta questions, but you will end up wasting your 5-7 minutes getting a 0 mark. That's obviously not profitable at all. So you should understand, and that you have to practice with every sectional and every mock. All right. Everything improves with efforts and patience. And this holds for mock analysis as well. Most of our students, we have seen that while taking mocks, all right, they don't understand where they have gone wrong. Even later on, when they do that mock analysis, all right, they don't look at the video solutions we provide of the questions which they have got right. If they've marked correct, they'll not even look at the answers. All right, that's a bad move. You should not just focus on your flaws or your where you got wrong. You should also focus on your right decisions, where you got them right. You should match whether the logic which is applied by the faculty or by the exam setter matches to your logic or no. That may be that your logic this time has given you good answers, but later on maybe the same approach might give you wrong answers. So you should analyze the marks properly. All right. Focus on which things are giving you good marks. And obviously, you should build on that. And you should also look at and investigate which are the sections or which are the parts which you're getting wrong. Maybe your interpretation is getting wrong. Maybe you're not able to understand the options correctly. Maybe you didn't read the question properly. There were double negatives and you didn't read it properly, or you skipped that not there. There could be multiple things. So you should be able to analyze it with patience, and obviously you'll have to put efforts. While taking mocks, you should not speed up. You should not be in a haste to have more number of attempts, because those more number of attempts, even if you are able to achieve, are going to give you either zero marks or negative marks. That is not a profitable deal. You should obviously have a relaxed mind, and you should be able to take decisions on spot, that if this passage is of philosophy, let me have a glance at the questions. Out of four, maybe two questions I would be able to do. Even if a passage is from fashion or television series or maybe some kind of social media trend, but there might be the case that out of four, three questions you're not able to solve at all. So you end up reading the passage again and again, wasting your 10 to 12 minutes and getting nothing in hand. All right. So please do keep that in mind. Last but not the least, visit our website to have the past year paper, the PYQs of CAT, solve them, and join our test series so that you have exact replicas, exact simulations of past year CAT papers, and you'll be able to get video analysis, you'll have AI analysis, and you'll be able to understand where your accuracy is really getting challenged. You'll have mentorship with me and other faculty members who will help you understand how to improve accuracy. So that's all from my side today. I hope this helps you in improving your accuracy. Thank you so much.